How about this run Notre Dame's on?
We're playing great. Mike's done a terrific job with them. From losing Abramitas and they struggled initially, and he's really got them playing.
With them adding Connaughton in the lineup now, it gives them another shooter. Is that what makes it particularly difficult to match up with? They got 4 guys that can shoot the 3.
They got about 10, but I mean, I think Mike's done a good job of playing a guy who has a hot hand that day. They've got their constants, and then the one position they kind of whoever's making shots that day gets more time.
Guard play? Are they a little bit quicker than they normally are?
Atkins is quick. I mean, but I don't know. I mean, I think their point guard play's been pretty good. I mean, it's hard to argue with what Hansbrough did. He's player of the year in the league. But Atkins he's got really good quicks.
Coach, how much is Cooley, sort of, does he remind you of all of Herringody? Does he play like Herringody at all?
No, I mean, Luke could step out and make shots, and Cooley will step out to 15 and make shots, but he couldn't stretch you the way Herringody did. But he does a great job in the post. I mean, I think he may be as good a post player. He does a great job with his body, and they really pass the ball. I mean, I think it's one thing for post guys to do a pretty good job, get open. It's another thing to hit them when they are open, throw it away from the defense, hit them at the right time, and they do a great job of that.
What's the difference between a player like Truck being hot and not being hot? First half, second half, or however you want to look at it.
I mean, I think everybody goes through it. I mean, there's days where everything's online and maybe you just don't get it up quite enough, or maybe you get a little bit extra pressure. Or, I think guys in this league do a great job of making guys shoot it a little quicker than maybe they want to, or maybe throw it a little higher to get it over an outstretched arm. But I mean, a lot of it just comes down to. I mean, Truck's worked at it. I mean, it's not like he hasn't put the time in. He's put a lot of time in and worked at it.
You can't know in advance, can you? Guy has a good shoot around on Friday or whatever that's going to carry over in any way.
Generally. I mean, when he shot the ball well in practice, he shot it pretty well in the game. He had a stretch where he didn't make any in practice either. I mean, and he was, and then you get frustrated. You get frustrated and you start overthinking things. I think that's the biggest thing that happens when you're really shooting the ball. You don't think about it. You just turn it loose. Excuse me. That sounded good, huh?
With Dennis's performance, obviously the key is getting consistent production. But what did you see that was different, or that came together, so to speak, for him?
Well, we really worked hard with him scoring it through contact. Dennis has scored the ball before, and it hasn't really been through contact. It's been that hook, which is still a viable weapon for him. But he's done a much better job scoring the ball through contact.
Coach, if he starts playing like that consistently, I mean, not that you're probably expecting to go out and score 20 every game, but if he's giving you that kind of play consistent, how much different? I mean, is this a new team all of a sudden? Your team?
Been a new team all year, Justin. I think a lot of that is Truck made some shots too, and they can't sit back at his lap.
Can't double team.
It makes it so much harder for him to sit back on him, and that certainly helps him. I mean, we start to make some shots, which we have at times. If we start making some shots, it makes it. Then he gets one-on-one, and really since he started to score it through contact better. People were just walking up under him, and he got bumped a little bit, and he didn't get the ball up over the rim. We've worked really hard with him on taking the contact and getting the ball over the rim.
Bob, you're talking about Truck and how sometimes a guy just won't have it on the night, but Kevin's looking maybe at least 9 games in a row right now with 20 points. Hardly anybody's averaged that in the country. Can you put that into perspective? I mean, I know he's a consistent guy, but that's again, no one's scoring 20 a game, and he's doing it in a row.
Yeah, I think I can put it in perspective. He's taken 375 shots on the year. I think that's what it is. 105 of them are offensive rebounds, which means really he's taken 270 shots out of offense. The other 105 shots came out of rebounding the ball. And when you rebound the ball that consistently and you rebound that ball consistently offensively, you're going to score. Particularly when you finish around the rim the way he does.
Throughout his career, he's been a double-figure scorer, but he hadn't been a 20-point scorer. And is it just the role he's playing now that's made that different?
Well, I mean, obviously his sophomore year, I mean, when he was open, we wanted him to shoot it, but he wasn't the focal point. Day was. And then I think a year ago, everybody said you got to really pick up the slack, and he pressed. And I don't think he's doing that now. I think he's very content to take what's there. You know, if it's not there, he doesn't take it. And he continues to rebound the ball. I mean, the one constant with KJ is he has rebounded the ball. I think the guys that are successful in this game are guys who understand who they are, what they do. They play to their strengths, and they don't do things that they're not capable of doing.
Coach, the fact that he's going for Hot Rod now has the most 10 in a row of 20-point games. I mean, how much does that mean that he would be surpassing somebody, or tying or surpassing somebody with that kind of caliber?
I don't think he cares. I really don't. I mean, I think KJ wants to beat Notre Dame tomorrow, and I think that's his first and foremost focus. And if that happens, that's a bonus. But I mean, I keep saying he is what you want a player to be. I mean, he really honestly doesn't care about his stats. I mean, there's not any difference when he gets 25 and 18 and we win, or if he gets 12 and 9. I mean, he wants to win. He doesn't want to go out on a team that's not playing in the NCAA tournament, not playing in March.